Have you ever wondered what the term cute as a button really means? Well, I think I found the modern day definition. It lives in Canada. It's only 13 years old. It's an award-winning dancer and an actor, and of recent, a very professional babysitter, thanks to the Netflix original Babysitters Club. I'd like you to welcome Romana Tamata.
Hi.
How are you? Thanks for joining us on Build in Isolation.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited.
So you're in Canada, you're in Vancouver, yeah? What's the time there?
It is 5:02 to be exact.
Wow, okay, very much on time. I like it. And how has isolation been treating you? What have you been up to in these quiet months? Like, what's the situation there at the moment?
Well, I'm pretty much doing anything to keep me entertained. So I've been doing lots of baking. I love baking and like arts and crafts and just doing anything that I can do to like keep me busy and entertained during this time.
Now, I know you're big into baking and you're also playing piano, but what was the last thing that you baked?
Ooh, I baked, I think it was like donuts or churros. I can't remember. It was one of those two.
Donuts. I've never baked donuts because you've got to like fry them, don't you?
Yeah.
Cool. That sounds quite complex and messy. Have you ever almost burned down the kitchen?
I don't know. I don't think so. One time, yeah, no. I don't think so. I'm pretty responsible in the kitchen.
You're a safe cooker. Good to hear. Well, let's get into the exciting stuff like what just happened on July 3. The Netflix original Babysitters Club was released, which was a book, and then a big series in the 90s, which I watched, and now you're one of the stars. Were you so nervous to watch it come out and have your friends and family around?
Yeah, we've been working on this project for like what feels like forever, so it finally being like released in the world is so exciting.
And like, and what did your friends and family think? Did you all sit around in like a viewing room, or like how did that kind of go for you for the first step?
Well, obviously we're all like self-isolating, so I watched it with my family, and a bunch of people FaceTimed me after. I actually FaceTimed the girls the second it came out, and we kind of like talked for a little bit while watching the show together. And yeah, it's just so exciting to see everybody's reactions to the new show.
And have you, like, your experience with babysitting, have you ever been paid to babysit someone before?
I have. I love babysitting. I think it's a ton of fun, and I just love kids. So I did have some babysitting experience even before booking the show.
And you've watched the original back all those years ago?
Well, I did watch the movie and I also read the books. It's like even before booking the role, and then I like rewatched and reread the books after I found out I got their opas.
Oh, and was it so weird to think what they created back then in comparison to what you've done with it now?
A little bit. It's definitely the reboot is definitely a little bit more modernized, but it still has like the nostalgic and timeless feel of the original books, which I think the writers did an amazing job on, and I love like the way the audience is reacting to the new reboot.
And did you know, which you probably do, that there was 2,650 girls that auditioned for the role, and 1,000 got through, and all for these five roles, and you came out with one of them. I mean, does that put a lot of pressure in your mind, and to know that many people were striving so hard for the role that you got?
Well, I didn't even know the exact number, but now I know. That's crazy. I knew there was a lot of people, but definitely didn't think for it to be like that many people. It's just crazy to be like one out of like thousands of people that audition for this role.
Absolutely bonkers. And you play uh, the coolest little cat, Claudia Kishi. You're the vice president of the Babysitters Club, and you're a bit of a fashionista, and you have a lot of sass. Is this fairly similar to your character, like in real life? Would you be friends with you?
100%. I am such a Claudia, and I relate and identify as a Claudia. I think the most out of all the characters. So playing her was a lot of pressure, but I feel like after you're kind of like on set, in hair and makeup and everything, because we're so similar, the character really came to me pretty easily.
And shooting it, what was some of the moments that stand out to you the most? Like, man, I laughed so hard then, or I almost cried then.
Good question. We have so many fun scenes together, and I think one scene that was a blast to film is at the end of one of the episodes we get to dance together at the end of the wedding, which was literally they just filmed us like dancing together, and it was just like not even it didn't even feel like acting at that point because it was just like dancing with my best friend.
Oh, how fun. And do you think that this series is going to inspire a breed of like youthful entrepreneurs now that you're, obviously getting into the business world?
I hope so. I hope that like younger generations kind of like take this and maybe like start their own club. That would be so cool to see.
And you had some amazing female crew as well. Like we had Lucia Anielli, who was the director, producers Lucy Kitata and Naya Kukukov, and of course the original author, which was Anne M. Martin, was there producing. What was it like to have so many powerful women around you and there as hopefully mentors in a way?
It was so incredible to be able to work with so many like powerful women, especially this show being about like girl power and like very much like female empowerment, which is so cool. And just working with them was just so inspirational to me. And yeah, just so like grateful for this experience.
Did you learn a lot from them? Did you take away a lot each day?
I actually did. I think working with all the girls and everything, you learn so much about each other and also kind of like a lot about like girl power and female empowerment as well. Because we got to work with so many amazing like experienced actors and actresses on the show, which was something that was so fun and super, again, super inspiring to me.
And you had Alicia Silverstone on there too. I mean, she plays a really amazing character. She's a single mom of four, which is, a modern kind of representation as well to see on screen. Did you know, because she was obviously famous from Clueless, had you seen Clueless before?
I actually watched Clueless even like before I knew she was gonna be on the show, and I absolutely loved it. Like it was like one of my favorite movies. So like the second I figured out that she was gonna be like playing as Elizabeth Brewer, I was like freaking out. She's so kind to like everybody on and off set, and working with her was a dream come true.
And your headquarters, I mean, your bedroom is the headquarters, right? And you have a landline there. Like, I haven't seen a landline in so long. Had you seen one? Did you know what they were before you had that placed on set?
I did know what a landline was before actually because in preschool we had like toy landlines that I would always play with, and my mom would always tell me about like having to run to the landline before the call ended. So I was familiar with the landline, but like the second we saw it, I think all of our jaws like dropped because it's so iconic and we've seen it kind of like in our imagination in the books and also in the TV show. So just like seeing it back was, yeah, it was so incredible.
I think what I really love is the diversity on there. And you speak fluent Japanese, yeah? Claudia's Japanese heritage is explored in episode 6, which is fantastic. How was that scene? Talk me through what it was like to kind of really celebrate your Japanese heritage as well within that kind of that same concept.
I think it was so cool and important that they incorporated like the Japanese heritage into the episode because it just worked so well. And also at that time, it was really when like Claudia was learning about like Mimi's like past that she didn't know about, which that what it taught me was kind of like knowing like the importance of our history and like talking to our family members and really communicating with them because you might not know something about them that is like a huge part of their life, just like Claudia and me.
And I mean, for you, because you're Japanese American, what is it like? Like, I think that you need to see it to be it. How important is it for you to see people who look like you and who are culturally diverse on TV and on screens?
Well, because film and like TV influences our lives so much, because when you're younger, you're watching TV, and I feel like it almost is like an expectation or kind of like the standard that you have for yourself. So seeing like like this much diversity on screen definitely inspires you to like be who you want to be and just be who be yourself in real life as well. So I really hope people take that away from the show.
And you're part of the Netflix family, which also includes your roles with the Lara Jean franchise, and she's also American Vietnamese. Do you connect with her on that level? I know you did work with her, but you didn't get to spend that much time. But she's a bit of an icon to you.
100%. I absolutely love Lana Condor and I look up to her a lot. So working with her was another dream come true because I've like looked up to her ever since like the first film came out and I like dreamed of working with her. So working with her was incredible.
To all the boys, looks like a really fun franchise to be a part of. And would you ever head over and act in Japan?
I would love to. Well, my all my family lives in Japan, so whenever I get to go, sorry, whenever I get to go see them, it's so fun because obviously we live very far away from each other. We only get to like Skype call each other, so that would be so much fun getting to work there and like seeing my family.
That would be very cool. And finally, when you look out on the world now, like what is important to you? What kind of gets you really passionate?
I think in this world, like just especially what I hope that like kids take away from the series is like realizing that they have a voice and that they can be whatever they want to be if they believe in themselves and if they're like they be like you just stay true to yourself because that's when you'll achieve your biggest dreams.
That is so cool, Mamana. It has been so nice to chat with you, and we're just gonna say a little goodbye. So, guys, make sure you tune in to Build in Isolation once again. But it has been so nice to chat to Mamana. And girlfriend, you're killing it. Make sure you check out the Babysitters Club, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.